Hey everyone, Chang here and welcome to my channel. This is the Bare Minimum Algebra series and today we're going to focus on the very basics of exponents. Now, when you're learning arithmetic, it depends on the class and the instructors. Some of you guys would be exposed to exponents, some of you guys will not. So, let's just talk about basic terminology for exponents first before we talk about the fact that exponents fall under three cases. All right, so exponent is fairly simple. You have a number and a small little number that indicates a specific set of instruction. This large number right here is the base. Okay, that's the number that will be multiplying by itself. The exponent is actually that little number right there, exponent. That will indicate how many times the number is going to be multiplying it by itself. So, for example, in this situation, 2 to the third power, or 2 cubed, depending on how people want to say it, right, is saying that 2 will multiply itself so that in the end, there's a total number of 3 times, right? 3 of the 2's are going to multiply together. So, 2 times 2 times 2 is basically 8. Now, is there a shortcut to actually figure out what the number is? Sad to say, no, not really. Yes, you can be good at multiplication and be able to combine it in different ways so that you can understand or at least compute very quickly, but there's no shortcut, right? So there's really no step by step, I guess you could say. It's actually one step for each and every one of the cases, but we'll go into that. There are 3 possible cases that you will encounter when working with exponent, and we're only talking about positive exponent. Negative exponent is a whole different manner. So, case 1 is when the base itself is positive. Base is positive. Okay. Case 2, the base itself is negative. And the lovely thing is that case 3 is when the base is, well, 0. Okay, so those are 3 possible cases that you will encounter when working with exponent. Now, don't know where to put this. I don't really want to make just another video focusing on this special situation, but there is a special situation if you want case 4, and this one has nothing to do with the base itself outside of when it's 0, right? The exponent is 0. So I guess it's kind of false when I say we're only focusing on positive exponent. When the exponent is 0, there is a special rule for that if you remember it, it makes your life a ton easier. So let's go over each and every one of these special cases. So the first one is when the base is positive. Now, when the base is positive and the exponent is, well, positive mainly, right? Once again, as I mentioned, there is no shortcut. You just need to really understand what it's asking. So if it is 4 to the third power, this is your base, this is your exponent. You would have to write it out 3 times. Now, the only confusion with regards to base being positive and exponent is possibly when you see one with a missing exponent, right? So for example, if I say, let's just say 18, as you are working with more exponent, this is technically an invisible 1 on top as an exponent, and that is just this. Now, normally when you're messing with numbers, it doesn't really matter. I wouldn't put the invisible 1 just as an exponent, just, you know, to be posh or bougie or any of that, right? It's just a number. However, when you are working with exponent, as we start adding operation, as we're multiplying exponents together, you can imagine that there is an invisible 1 right there. And that's basically it. Outside of that, any number you want. For example, 16 to the 4th power is just 16 times itself 4 times, right? No shortcuts, crank it out, and if you're lucky to use a calculator or computer, it's a lot easier. That is the first case and probably one of the most common cases you'll ever encounter. So the second case is when the base itself is negative. Now, this one's very similar to the first case. However, there is a chance to make a mistake because now you're working with negative number. Remember that exponent is multiplication. So when you're working with negative number, there is a possibility of the final answer being positive or negative. Now, the best way to illustrate this is actually with this particular example. Let's look at this. -1 cubed. So when you are working with negative base in an exponent, all of a sudden that negative sign is multiplying by itself as well. So in this case, it's -1 multiplying by itself 3 times. Now I chose this specifically because you don't have to worry about the numbers, right? -1 times -1 is a +1, right? Now, all of a sudden, +1 times -1 is a -1. So the final answer is -1. But I want to show you something. If we decide that we're going to multiply by -1 one more time, so instead of it multiplying itself 3 times, it's multiplying itself 4 times, it's basically -1 times another -1, which the final answer is going to be 1. Okay, now of course when you guys are seeing the wild exponents out there with the base being negative, chances are it's not going to be lovely -1. It's going to be crazy numbers like -18 or I don't know, whatever your teacher decides to give you. So in this case, you will still have to write it out. You will still have to multiply it out. And if it's a large number and if you're not lucky to have to do or use a calculator or a computer, and your instructor still wants you to compute it for no reason other than being sadistic, right? At least there is a way for you to check your final answer, whether it is a positive or a negative. And that is based on the exponent. Okay, so here's my little hint, my little trick for you. After you multiply everything out, it sucks, right? If the exponent is an odd number, you should immediately know that the final answer is negative. If the exponent is an even number, then the answer is automatically positive. And hopefully this example has demonstrated that the negatives will cancel each other out, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, until whatever is left over. If it's odd, there's always going to be a negative left over. If it's even, there's always no negative left over. Nothing's left over, is all positive. All right, so this is a neat little trick for you to work with. So when you are multiplying this out, I guess an easy way is to ignore the negative sign, forget about it, and just multiply the number out however many times the exponent requires you to multiply it. And then in the end, just add a negative if the exponent was odd, and don't add a negative if the exponent was even. All right, so this is case 2. Let's talk about case 3 and 4 together because they're very interrelated. All right, so for case 3 and 4, they're very closely related. However, don't get them confused. Base is 0. Base is 0 is lovely, amazing, easy to remember because basically it means that 0 multiplies itself however many times. So I can say 0 to 1,000th power, basically 0 multiplies itself 1,000 times. It's always going to be 0. It could be 121 times. It's still going to be 0. Answer is always 0 except for one situation. Let's just write it here, except, and my red marker is going to die, except for 0 to the 0 power. That is undefined. Okay, so for case 3, answer is always 0. Always 0. Okay. Case 4 is very different. The exponent is 0. In that situation, the answer is always 1, except this scenario. Okay, this exception, always remember that. Other than that, case 3, the answer is always 0. Case 4, the answer is always 1. Doesn't matter if the base was a positive number, doesn't matter if the base is a negative number, right? The answer is always going to be 1. So in this case, I can put 1, 1, 2, 1, 4, blah, 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 to the 0 power. Answer is 1. I could do negative 2, 5, 6. I could be crazy and put decimals, 0.7425 to 0 power is still just 1. Okay, so just be wary of that. Don't get the two cases mixed up. If you can remember and differentiate two cases, it's very lovely, very easy to work with. If the base is 0, the answer is always 0. If the exponent is 0, then the answer is always 1, with this one exception. All right, so there you have it. That is basic exponent, positive, I would say non-negative more than positive. All right, we had 4 cases that I really wanted to go over just in case one reason or another we forgot how to work with or understand exponents, or that while learning arithmetic, the instructor didn't emphasize exponent. The 4 cases are fairly simple. The first one, the base is positive. Then you just write it all out and you multiply it. And then if you can multiply it correctly, then you'll have the right answer, right? The second case is when the base is negative. Now, it's very similar. You can write it all out and then you multiply it. Then you have to keep track of all the negative sign. However, if you know this, if you remember this, if the exponent is an odd number, the answer is always going to be negative. If the exponent is an even number, the answer is always positive. Remember that. Treat the number like normal, multiply it all out, and then finally add the negative sign if necessary. If not, leave it positive. The third and fourth cases are my favorite, but also the easiest to mistaken for each other. Third cases, the base is 0, therefore the answer is always 0. The fourth case, the exponent is 0, therefore the answer is always 1. Remember that for case 3 and 4, there is only one exception, and you just have to remember this one. 0 to the 0 power is undefined. Other than that, hopefully exponent is not going to be as bad. We will focus a little more on just actually working with exponent. I just want to go through at least a